In a forgotten corner of the world, he found an ancient scroll that bled ink, and with every drop, he revealed a truth that would either awaken his soul or consume him completely. In the forgotten corridors of an ancient city, where shadows stretched long and the wind carried echoes of lost time, there lived Master Devak, a calligrapher of unmatched skill. His quill breathed life into mere parchment. His ink danced like spirits on silk. Lords sought his artistry. Scholars revered his strokes. The world believed his hands were guided by the divine. Yet, hidden beneath his mastery was a truth whispered only by the ink itself. Devak's calligraphy was not mere art. It was power. Words, when written by him, did not simply tell stories. They shaped reality. A name written in his ink could summon fortune or doom. A decree penned by his hand was bound by fate itself. But fate, like ink, can bleed. One moonless night, a royal summons arrived, sealed in crimson wax. The Emperor of Akitsukuni, land of the rising sun, a ruler both feared and worshipped, commanded Devak's presence at his court. His message was clear: write my legacy in ink that shall never fade, a decree that binds eternity itself. Devak hesitated, for he knew words written with his ink could never be undone. But refusal meant death. Before the Emperor, under the glow of 1,000 lanterns, Devak dipped his quill into the darkest ink ever crafted. As he wrote, the air grew heavy. The ink seemed to shift, as though alive, whispering, writhing. Every stroke of his brush felt like carving into the fabric of fate itself. He completed the decree. A masterpiece, a curse, and then he saw it. The ink bled, something unnatural, something unseen before. The words refused to remain still. The decree did not bind eternity. And the ink, now heavier than before, began to drip upward. That night, the Emperor celebrated, and that night, the ink awoke. The letters Devak had written, bold, powerful, eternal, began to twist. The words rearranged themselves, shifting like shadows in the candlelight. The ink rose from the parchment, slithering like black serpent. Devak's hands burned. The curse had bound not just the Emperor's name, but his own soul. The ink had judged him. It had seen his sins, every bribe taken, every truth twisted, every stroke that reshaped lives. The ink had remembered, and ink does not forget. At the stroke of midnight, the imperial palace trembled. The courtiers awoke to screams. The Emperor's golden throne lay empty, his name erased from existence. The royal banners, once embroidered with his insignia, were now blank, tattered. The coins that bore his face were featureless. It was as if he had never lived. Next day, the city awoke to find the Emperor's name gone from every inscription, every temple, every decree, as if he had never existed. Devak was found the next morning, his hands empty, his body lifeless, his name too erased. Only a single phrase remained on the last parchment, a warning, a truth, a prophecy. The ink does not lie, the ink does not forget. And somewhere, in the silent shadows, a drop of ink trembled, waiting. They say the ghost of Devak still roams the ancient city, his hands forever stained. They say his ink still breathes, waiting for another hand to wield it. And they say, if you listen closely, you can still hear the quill scratching, still writing, still binding fate. Because ink, once written, never truly dries.